So there was a group from Texas, and all these guys show up. They're all on Sea-Doos. I don't think there was one guy on a Yamaha. And they were all hot. All these Sea-Doos were built. No, there was one guy on a Yamaha, I think. There was one guy on a Yamaha, and I think it was on an FX. I'd have to look at the video footage again. But all these guys had built stuff. I mean, loud pipes, open pipes, straight pipes. Yeah, he was on FX SVHO. Okay, thank you, David. And all these guys, I mean, they're all hot. You know, all these guys are, I'm a racer, and I got hot stuff, and I built skis, and And I was like, oh, okay. Greg's like, hey, you know, these guys are pretty quick, but he laughed, and he goes, I kind of have run-ins with a few of these dudes, and you know, they pay me to do work, and then they bring it back, and they go, oh, Greg doesn't know what he's talking about, and so they undo it, and then they go slower than what I did before. He's like, that's kind of situation. I was like, oh, okay, all right, say no more. And it was really funny because we're riding, and I'm on the Cowie. This Saturday, I'm on the Cowie, and I got my 8-year-old daughter on the back of the ski, and in the morning, it was the morning ride that it's Brad. All right, it's David, Brad. I don't know who was ahead of David, but Jason Allen was leading the pack, and I was behind one or two of the Texas guys. But I saw Brad in his blacked out FX, and I saw Brad in his red and white GP. And I'm like, I'm gonna give these guys a run for their money. I'm like, I want to screw with them. And so we're going through this trail, and it's a really neat serpentine trail. And the further we go up this trail, the tighter it gets. So it's pretty wide at first. And these guys are going like 35 miles an hour. They're poking, and they're in single file line, and they're just doing this. And it's a snooze fest. I could be sitting there on Instagram on my phone. I'm like, this is so boring. So when we get in some wide areas, I purposely take the outside. I take the outside of all these turns, but I'm completely pinned. I'm white knuckled with a little girl in the back, and just absolutely wide open. And of course, that Cowie screams. It screams, guys. If you haven't heard a Cowie, if you haven't heard an Ultra blow past you at wide open, you haven't lived. It is just a riot. That stupid thing wails. So I pass one or two of the guys from Texas who are on GP or on RXPXs because they're cruising. They're just going pity putt. So I go on a wide section, and it's wide. Don't get me wrong. I'm not swapping paint with these dudes because I don't know them. I don't. I cut out wide on one guy, and then I cut over because we're going through a chicane, and I go wide through the other one, and I cut those dudes off. And I mean, I'm videotaping. I've got a selfie stick and a GoPro with a GoPro on it and another GoPro on the ski. So I'm one-handed going around these guys real wide, videoing. And I get up on Brad, and Brad sees me coming, and Brad ain't having it. Which is great. Good. It's going to get hot. So Brad and I start chasing each other. And I get ahead of Brad. And he kind of backs off. He lets me go. And that's fine. But he's on top. But he's on me. He's kind of chasing. We're having fun. I'm looking over my shoulder, and I see him. But I start coming up on Dave. And Dave looks at me, and he goes, I'm not letting that stupid ginger and that Cowie get past me. And I'm telling you, I nearly parked the ski on his transom probably 2 or 3 times. He roosted me. I got it on video, and I'm demanding we put it in the video. He roosted me twice, and he roosted me so hard you see chunks of freaking lily pads blowing past my face. It just goes boom, blows my, and I'm laughing my head off. It was so solid. It was the best ride. And we are I am absolutely on top of him, and he won't let me by. And I'm dying because I'm having flashbacks. I'm like, all right, this is racing. This is racing. And my daughter on the back, she's laughing, but she's like, okay, Dad, we get it. And I'm like, no, I gotta get him. And I am so on his tail when we shoot out into the river. I didn't want to hose her co-pilot. Nah, I'm a big shield, but she's good. But dude, I came out of there. I had tears running down my face. I was laughing so hard. And Dave's like, "Hey man," I'm like, "That was so much fun. I had so much fun." And then Bernie comes right up behind me. He goes, "You son of a!" We're laughing. And I have us laughing and talking at the end of it too. That to me is Mudbug, because Dave knows how to ride, Brad knows how to ride, I know how to ride, and we absolutely had just such a hoot doing that. And it was a neat, tight little natural course. No one got put into the weeds. No one put into a tree. It was a blast. Oh, God, it was so much fun. And that's what makes it for me, is these moments where you're like, okay, cool. Hey, guys, thanks for hanging out. This clip was taken from our weekly podcast that we record here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch the whole video, you can go to the Watercraft Journal's YouTube channel, go to playlists, and then click on live sessions. You're going to see it there. Otherwise, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. And again, thanks again for watching our videos, and we hope to see you soon.